ladybug? Oh. Oh, it's been a while. How long since we've done anything properly? Probably 4 weeks maybe. I don't even know. Long time. Long time. Now, in a moment. Okay. Oh, that's a good girl. Thank you. Good girl. Good job. Good job. one thing I've forgotten to do, I just remembered I need to do it. Get a helmet. Otherwise, I'm not getting on. I'm just going to go slow and take it easy. See what happens. All right, let's go and see how we do in this. We haven't been doing anything. Well, we did something, but we didn't get on and ride the other day. We just did everything up, but didn't actually ride. So she's gonna for as long as I want. That's all right. Up there. And this is a little game of I don't want to do anything, so. Up. Hey. I scared myself. Up. Walk on. And face in. Face in. Face in. Come on, love. Oh, don't knock that over. It's a bit of a pricey. Whoa. Oh, face in. Hey up. Hey up. Come on. And if you work out hard enough with a horse, whoa, come on. Eventually, it'll be there right here. Up. Go. Other direction. Up. So she's going to say, I'm not moving. Up. Go. Up. Let's go. Oh, walk on. She's playing a few games, but that's okay. I'm going to let her keep moving. I want to say, the good thing is she's moving. She's not standing and refusing to move. So any movement is better than none. I want her to keep walking and whoa. And then what I want her to do is when I say whoa, whoa, face in, I want her to give it up. Otherwise, I'll ask her to keep walk on. Walk on. Up there. Walk on. Now we don't want to get in the kick zone. So see how she's showing her bum. Now ordinarily, for her, that's not really anything different than what she normally does because she thinks that means it's time to walk on. So wall up. I'm going to break in and get her to change direction. She's not going to listen. She's going to change direction. So I'm going to grab the other workouts stuff and let's see how she feels about it once we say, okay, well we're not asking. We're actually going to ask for work. Yep. Come on. Walk on. She's not really wanting to move up. Oh, there we go. Now she's doing it. Come on. Yep. Walk on. Good girl. Now she's just walking. It's just, yeah. Come on. Walk on. You want to do some work? Let's go. Just going to ask her to go around. And I'm going to act as if this is just a normal lunging session now because I wasn't going to bother with lunging, but now that she's not really listening, I am going to ask her to walk on. Good girl. And we're going to make it work. Good girl. Work working. Good girl. And work. Now bring her back this way. Let's see if she tries to run away now. Or she hooks on. Hook on. Hook. Hook, 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 hook. Come on. Up. Walk on. I'm going to ask her to walk on again. So with a horse like her, you've got to have the patience know how to ask, and when you are asking, she takes a lot longer than your average Joe Blow, but that's because she's whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa. She's got to make it her decision that she's going to come to you, right? Just like that. And that's what you prefer them to hand themselves to you rather than for you running and chasing them and catching them. Let them go for a wander and have a think about it. Young horses, good for them to do. Have a good thought process in place. So they're thinking, well, what are you doing? What am I doing? Am I listening? Am I going to listen? Do I want to listen? Am I going to pay attention? Or am I going to listen? And then once she's decided she's going to listen, it makes it a hell of a lot easier rather than me doing that. You're going to listen. She says, well, I'm listening now. We're ready. Let's work. And yes, it takes a lot longer, and you're not going to process things really quickly. You're not going to be able to work like a horse with work like this and have everything done in one day. It doesn't work that way with her. She's not one that you can rush. You can't rush this horse. You can, but if you do, then she's going to give you hell to pay if you rush her around. So while there's a fine line between her being disrespectful and her like doing it because she's just refusing to listen, or her doing it because she's just not ready right now because she's young and she's still learning. So when it's a young horse like this, I prefer to err on the side of caution and don't stop gunking your eye, Bob. There we go. And just let her have her own decision there. So I'm going to ask her to stand there for me. I'm going to grab the brush. Good girl. Oh, it's a lovely day. It is a lovely day. And it's, it's nice when you can enjoy the time together, where it's not becoming a chore of, oh, I hate doing this. Where she can enjoy some of it, and some of it's going to be work, and some of it will feel a little bit too much. But most of it's going to be, I'm really, really having a nice time here. I'm learning something new. We're doing something. We're working. We're not. There we go. An awful lot of mud on your butt. You've got an awful lot of mud there. So what I don't want her to do is I don't want her to get sour about things. So I work slow. Hang on a second. I'm just going to turn this around so I can see whether you can see her or not. I'll pop it on top of this here, so we're off the ground. We don't want her to get sour and angry and upset. She's a bit of a pony that, if you haven't done things for a few weeks, she's not silly. She remembers things, but it takes her a little bit to get back into it, to where she's comfortable with things, It's like us. If we haven't gotten up and worked for a long time, and suddenly we're expected to do it, well, it can feel like a big chore. We might not necessarily want to do it, so we've got to bring her back in. That's why they call it bringing them back into work. Let her settle. Good girl. And it's very warm today. Just want to have a good look. There. So her chestnut is kind of needing a peel. So this is a chestnut coming off. It's a little hard thing that grows on the inside of the leg. And it gets to a point where it gets a little bit crusty. I like to pull it off, get rid of it. It's like us having a nail that's overgrown. She doesn't mind it at all. Good girl. This one's about to come off on its own. See that one? That would have come off by itself. Half of it was already gone. Good girl. She says, oh, thanks, Mum. Right here. Nice and relaxed. Good girl. It is warm. That sunshine is warm, warm, warm. What was that? Felt something strange under there. We got it off. Bit of mud. So I'll just get her to stand for me for a moment. There's one. Oh, she says, yeah, I remember this. It's my blankie. My little blankie. Good girl. Now we'll see whether she's really going to listen or not. No, she's going to take off. We're not surprised. That's all right. I will counter that in just a moment. So what do I do when she does that? Well, simple. I do very much so just say to her, rightio, well, if we want to walk, we're going to walk. So let's walk. Let's walk and walk and walk. Let's do a few things. Practice, practice, practice. Yep. Do some stretches, some moves. Just engage that hind end. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, she says a bit of work. Bit of work. A bit of work happening. And I'm going to ask her to stand. Good girl. Good job. And now we'll see what she does. And it really is patience and stay. See if she'll listen. She might start wandering off. If she does, I'll just come back and do it all again. She knows what's coming. Chances are she'll see it and take off. Maybe not. Maybe she'll stand. She's going to stand for me. That's really good. I do have my foot there. That's good for now. What I'm expecting and whether or not it happens, well, we'll soon find out. And that is I'm expecting her to put on her normal, I'm going to carry on. Yep, as soon as I start showing her what I'm going to do. Good girl. And this is what she has a tendency to do. So what I do, so I'm safe, I do a bit of a belly touch. Up, I go under, and I bring up and let her feel that motion so that she's got that there without her freaking out. Now once we get it to there, I'm just going to show her, yep, she's a girthy horse and this is how she's always been. Well, not always. It definitely is how she is nowadays. Especially when she's had, you know, such time off. Usually 3 or 4 days of work and she's back to normal again. Drop. And it really is just a matter of letting her get herself attuned to it all again. Good girl. And not rushing things. Worst thing we can do is to rush. If we rush her, then we're going to lose her. Good girl. So if we're nice and slow, mares are renowned for having issues with their girths. When she was younger, she wasn't like it. She was actually really good. This has sort of been, well, since I stopped riding when I came off her, she's kind of then developed this kind of attitude with, okay, well, you're not, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like doing this. Good girl. And because it has been a while, I'm going to be as slow as I need to be. I don't care if it takes me, 3 hours to get her to be in a good frame of mind for it. The important thing is that we don't make her more sour by rushing and forcing. So there is a delicate balance. And good girl, that was lovely. Good job. How did that feel? Not so bad? This side? Good girl. It's good. That girth is very, very, it's not tight at all. So it can come up at least another bit in a minute. But what I'm going to do, before I do that, I'm going to ask her to go for a walk and just have a feel of how it feels. So come on, up we get, let's go. And she's going to go for a walk. Nice and relaxed. Like I said, it's all about patience and relaxing. It's not about winning a race. Come on. She's very, very tired and sun drunk at the moment. Come on. Come on. Lazy, lazy horse. And this is what she's going to do. So how do I combat that? Well, there's a couple of ways. I can ask her to move forwards nicely. Just with a little bit of just slightly moving the stick so she understands, yep, work time. It's a cue for her to go. And this is without having to fight a horse. So if you're going to have to fight the horse to get things happening, you might want to rethink and go back to the beginning again and start from scratch. Just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to end with either of you having a bad experience, because this is what we don't want to happen. We don't want bad experience happening and then everybody gets sour and nobody wants to do their job. Turn, love. Good girl, she's listening, lovely. And see, I've given her time to think very carefully about what it is she would like to do. She could flat out be refusing right now and going, I'm not doing a darn thing, get stuffed. But if she was doing that, the worst thing I could possibly do in response to that would be to be, come in, love. Well, it would be to be throwing a tantrum myself and going off my tree at her. That's not going to solve a darn thing. I'd be asking her, well, okay, I get it. No one wants to go to work on such a beautiful day. Including me. I don't really want to go and work. I don't really want to be doing this. I'm tired, my knee is sore. So what we're going to do, drop and ask her to relax. And I'm going to tighten this slightly. Just a little bit at a time, not a lot. Because what we don't want is to relax. We don't want her getting upset. Now, that just went up an entire thing because she breathed out and let all that air out. Now I'm going to ask her to go again and let her relax herself. Let's go, love. And she understands that when she complies and we both work together well, the lesson is over fairly quickly. It's not going to go on for hours and hours and hours, especially when it's been a few weeks since she's had any work. Like I said, horses are a very big animal. Their muscle, if they're not worked, their muscles go back, and it's very much something that makes them feel quite sore when they've got to work hard again. And I'm just watching. She's sweating already. And it's the middle of winter. She's sweating because she hasn't been working. See a bit of sweat on the back leg. Turn, love, turn. We haven't even worked up into a trot. We're just thinking about it. Now trot. And ask her for a trot. Trot. Good girl. No issue with her doing the trot. Beautiful job. A little bit more, trot. Come on, trot. Up. Up. She's like, I'm a bit lazy. Okay, so we'll go. Okay, let's go. Good girl. Lovely work. And walk. Now I'm going to ask her to turn. Turn. And I'm going to ask for a walk. Walk. And then a trot. Nice. Lovely listening. So much better than what we've been doing. Good girl. Yeah, this is the thing. If you go easy and slow and calm and quiet, eventually you get to a point like I was before, and a trot where I can ask her, trot, and it won't be any issue. Straight away I can just saddle her up and go 100 miles an hour, which is what I was able to do for months on end before we had our accident. Hup, hup, trot, good girl. Just going to ask her to come out from there. It's going to give her my boundary. And then back to the trot. Chitty trot. There's hup, hup. I'm going to just ask her to keep going. Slowly, trotting. And hup, no. Hup. Canter. Canter, hup. I would like a canter from her. See if we can get one. Hup. Hup. She doesn't want to go that direction. We'll turn up. Turn. Now she's getting the shits. Hup. She's like, well, hang on. Last time we did this, you didn't make me do everything that long. I'm going to wall her for a moment. Whoa, whoa. Good girl. We're going to stop and think about that. Good job. Lovely work. I'm just noticing with my knee, good girl. My knee is a bit sore. Come on. Oh, you've been lovely. Good morning. Shall we step back? Back up. Just a little. We're just going to check her feet. Back up. No, down and back. Good girl. Back. What I'd like her to remember is, the heck is going on over there? Hold on. Something's going on over there. Who's jumping around in there? Is that one of your chickens? Or is it one of the goats? David Bowie? Come on. You want to go for again? Want to go for another round? Or do you want to finish up? Come over here. I've got to do your feet. She says, I thought you were going to give me some food. And sorry guys, I can't see the chat because I don't have my glasses on. That's much nicer. We're not having a bit of a heart attack there. Come on. Stand. Good girl. She's giving me foot straight up. Oh. Can I have a look? Over here, Bobby. Come on. Yeah, that mud is a bit much, isn't it? There we go. It's all right, you can put down. It's okay. I'm just trying to feel. No heat in them. That's good. Oh, lovely. There's a bloody... Oh, you can't believe this. There's flies. It's the middle of winter. There's flies all over her. It's ridiculous. There's your buddies. Good girl. Lovely. Now shall we go stretching? Stretching forwards. Just a bit of a pull. A little bit. Oh, good job. One more. Oh, a bit of a pull. Good job. So you can see she's very well trained. She knows to lift up when we're asking, and she doesn't cause any drama with doing that. She's very well behaved. Very well trained as a little girl with the, well, once we got her, she was wild and crazy when we got her, but once we got her, the first thing we learned was how to pop our head down and then how to yield and hand us the feet. We got working on them straight away so we could get the farrier to her. She hadn't had the farrier ever. Such a clever girl. Now let's see how we go with popping the bridle on. Now I don't know if I'm going to get on or not because of the knees. Doesn't matter if I don't. She's going to try and take off from me. Going to grab her and say, back we go. No, we're not going to throw silly tanties. Oh, that new tooth is big. You did good with that, Tootie Peg. Look at those new teeth. They're very, very pretty. Smashingly wonderful. Now let's see how we go popping on our bridle. Haven't done this for a few weeks, so let's see. 3 or 4 weeks. Actually, no, I think I might have put the bridle on her the other day. I didn't ride. I don't think I rode. Now, remember all that time we were having drama and we just kept taking it a step back, right back to the very beginning, like we're doing right now. And relax. And release. Good girl. And we've got, immediately she gives that back. No problem whatsoever. Straight in. No having to lift our head up or fight with Mum. Didn't fight me whatsoever. That's beautiful. So that bit of going back again and starting from scratch again has definitely helped with this girl. Now just because I'm not going to ride her doesn't mean that we can't get her tacked up and get her where she's saying like, yep, okay, this is what we're doing. Oh, it's a little bit, let's relax that. Oh, let's just relax those ear balls. The other thing we're going to do is we're just going to have a feel of the pole, make sure that there's no issue with her pole there, because she is growing bigger in the head. Drop. Yeah. Just give her a nice massage here. You don't always have to ride them. And I'm not sure that I should ride her with this knee of mine. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a look at my knee, see how much fluid's in it. I've got a big ball of fluid, yeah, quite a bit of, got a lot of fluid in it, which is not good, not the best to have. So what we might just do is a couple of very basic manoeuvres, just get her prepared and ready for when I'm feeling a bit better, a bit stronger. I'm going to start on the side she'd normally give me grief with. Just going to tuck this in here. Oh, I can hear your belly raging. It's very good. It's making lots of sounds. Not a bad thing at all, is it? So no, it's not bad. We're just going to stand up here, do some movements with the saddle, practice the knee getting in. And when I did work with her the last time, which was I think yesterday, I just did some bare back stuff where I just laid across her back. This fly is driving me crazy. Right, she's not showing me any angst whatsoever. This is wonderful. We're having a lovely time. Not an issue. Put a bit of weight in there. Get up there. Stand. Good girl. Nice. Good massage there. And the purpose of this is make sure she's happy to take the weight. She says, yeah, I'm taking it. Good job. Good girl. Mum, what are we doing? Want this one on the other side? Going to park for it? Parking? Parking. Park up. When I'm asking her to park up, that's to get as close to this as she can without it going underneath her. So she feels that I am comfortable and she's comfortable. And now I'm on, and you can't ask for a nicer, relaxed girl. Good job. Now I'm going to get down and relax a bit. Now I'm going to say to her, good job. Good job, Miss Ellie. Mum's knee is hurting. Probably shouldn't get on and do anything because if I get into trouble, then I'm not going to be able to save myself. But we will get on from this side as well. What we do on one side, we should do on the other, just to be certain. Good girl. Relax. Drop down. Drop your head down a little. Nice, relaxed. Good girl. No, we don't want to. I'm just going to turn her around. And we're just going to turn. Just going to walk slowly here. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask you to park for me. Now walk. Parking. Lovely. Good job. Look at that. What a good job. This is Mum. That was quick. Oh, there's a bit of a scratch there. Oh, so yes, please. Bit of a scratch there. Oh. No, you can't be barging into me like that. I know you want to scratch, but not that crazy. Come on. You did a good job at parking. Come on. One thing she does need practice with, and that is being asked to walk with the bridle. So we're going to practice that while we've got her here. Good girl. Good job. You practice going where I'm asking, not where she wants. And see, she says, let's take it off. Well, We'll take it off when we listen. Good girl. Lovely. Because most of the time, I don't lead her by the reins, I lead her by the halter. So we've got to practice being led by the reins. I should really have done this a long time ago. I was getting into it when we were doing a lot more riding, but she says, but you've taken that ouch there, and we'll drop. Lovely, good job. So she's actually listening to that pressure. That's really lovely. We're going to go this direction. Most of the time for her, she won't feel any of the pressure there, because for her, it's about, if she keeps up with me, there is no pressure. So if she follows and listens without me having to pull on anything, there's never any pressure. Now that can be a good thing, but you can see there when she just got a little bit nasty and narky then, it's got a little bossy. Back, come on, back. Good job, good job. We want that sort of behaviour is not to happen. She's in a hurry to finish now. She says, but you said I'm done. Well, I didn't say we're done. She thinks I've said she's done. She's going to go for the camera there. She says, when that thing disappears, it's all going to be over. Well, I don't like the attitude she's giving me right now. You can look at the ears. She's got a bit of a cranky face there, but it's coming off nicely now. But a second ago, she was just giving me a really nasty look of hurry up, hurry up. This is what I don't want her to be learning, that when I'm saying it's time, that she can't wait and she has to be all antsy, pantsy and crazy trying to get me to give her the release. I'll give her the release when I'm ready, because she's got to learn. In reality, it's not about when she chooses, it's when we choose. When I choose. So for her, she'll take a release at any point in time she can possibly get. And when I don't give it to her, how's she going to act? Is she going to be cranky? Because we don't want a horse that's like that. We want a horse that we can get on and off 100 times, and she's not going to be having an aggressive, reactive response, because she's impatient, because she's lazy. And impatience and laziness go hand in hand, funnily enough. So as lovely as she can be, she can get bossy and she can get a bit silly. So I'm going to do some more ups and downs and manoeuvres and things that I don't ordinarily do, like put the foot up over the butt. Oh, let's touch the butt, the big butt. She's got the big, big bum. This bum on you is getting huge, my darling. Your mother is going to freak out when she comes up next. You've grown. Indeed you have. You've grown. Yes. So as I was saying before, she's very soft in the mouth and she's very sensitive because I don't pull on her. A lot of people pull really hard on their horses and the horse becomes what they call hard-mouthed. They don't feel it anymore. But I don't pull on her, so I have to be very careful to balance that, so that sometimes she understands that if it pulls suddenly, it's not going to be terrible. I try to be as soft as I can, but sometimes things might happen where, say she accidentally got hooked on something and it pulls like this real quick. She's going to be like, oh, my Lord, am I okay? But you see how quickly that turned into a decent thing. So we're going to walk again, and I'm going to see if she gives me any grief. Come on, love. Now she's looking at me in a funny face, and if she gives me any crankies or any nicks, we'll correct by getting her to manoeuvre her back legs. And see here, the face is here, see here? It's not a bad face, but it's developing into one. So she says, I don't really want to keep going. You're not going to ride me, so what am I doing here? Well, patience. We're training patience. We're teaching patience. That's what we're doing. I'd like her to stand while I'm speaking and not be wanting to dodge about and go under here and over there and do 10 million different things. Because that's not very helpful to us at all, is it? Is it, Bubby? No, it's not. So we're just going to, again, practice. Drop, relax, drop. My bridle's down there. I'm aware of that. Drop. She's aware of it, and I'm aware of it. She says, oh, you did it the wrong way. She knows that I got on with that bridle wrong. And she's like, what are you doing? My good Lord, what's gotten into you, Mum? You turned into a monster. Now, come on. She's been very well behaved for a young'un and for how long it's been since she's had anybody work on her. We'll do one more and then we'll let her go. So when she's listening and letting me do this, bridle again isn't where it needs to be, but what happens when we change it around and we do it where it needs to be? She says, are we coming off? Are we getting off? Am I getting it off? Is it coming off? Well, it will be shortly. So come on, love, let's park. I'm going to ask her to park. Up closer here. Stand there and drop. Good girl. And relax. Good girl. Good job. So well, Mum. She really, truly is a beautiful, beautiful girl. And notice when I'm getting on, I ask her to pop her head down, just a little, and just to relax while I'm up, and relax. Good girl. Good job. Then I'm going to go down there. She says, what are you doing? Now see, if you hadn't have moved back, we would have been finished, but you moved back. So we're going to come forward again. We're going to park again. We're going to stand. Good girl. Let's see her patience levels now. Is she going to tolerate again? This time I'm not just going to be patient, I'm going to hop on. Good girl. Relax. I want her to pop her head down a little. So I'm going to park her again and walk. Not on top of it. So I want her to pop her head down and relax while I'm jumping down. Hop down, relax. Good, that's better. And that means if she's relaxing while she's getting on, getting on and off, she's not over anticipating. She's not thinking stupid things like, I'm gotta go. This is what happens when horses have their head high. They're thinking stupid shit in their head. I gotta go 100 miles an hour. Well, they don't need to. They can go slow, slow, slow. She says, please, Mum, let's take this off. Now, we're going to take this bridle off. And look at this girl. She's getting all herself ready. Very, very excited to get her bridle off. You can see her face. Look at her eyes. She says, Mum, drop, 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 drop. And it's going to come down. Good girl. And we take it off. Good job. Good job, lovely. So that's good. Well, I'm happy about that. Now, we're not done yet. Got a couple more things to do. Come on, sweet bub. Come on. Sweet girl. Miss Elephant. No, we're going to practice our halter leading nicely. Our halter leading nicely without biting and being silly. Drop. Relax. Let's go. Good. And walk. And good. So I want her to understand if I'm asking her with just one finger of pressure, what I'm asking. Can you see the horse in there? Come on. So I'm asking her with one finger. Now, a couple of weeks ago, she was lividly cranky about this because she had her teeth coming out. Her teeth are good now, so she's more than fine with me doing that. Let's try our trust exercise, which is, I have no bridle. Oh, the halter's there, but there's no rope or anything there. I'm going to ask her to stand nice and still for me. Standing. Good girl. And whoa, good girl. Just relax. And down off that side. Good girl. I'm practicing this pretty much every time I'm working with her now. It does build my confidence up as well as hers. She's understanding that I'm trusting her, and you better believe it, she knows. Back. Bubby, I know you can see yourself in there. She's watching the screen. She can see herself. Yeah, I know. There's a pony in there, but it's you. It's just you. She says, is it? Is it truly me? It is you. So I'm going to ask her to stand quietly. She knows and she's aware that there is nothing to keep her here. I don't have any control over whether she takes off or not. We're going to wait for this truck to go past because he's got his air brakes going crazy right now. Just going to stand here quietly. Oh, Bubby. There he goes. Going to bring her a little closer. Stand right there. Good girl. Oh, she's very clever. That's a good girl. I'm going to go up. Drop. Relax. Up. Good girl. And relax. And over. And relax. Good girl. And there you have it. No big drama. Good girl. That was really good. So we sat on this side, so let's go on the other side and sit one more time. Then we're going to let her go. But this is really giving her a really good quality lesson in patience. She's being extremely patient because this is really hard for her to deal with. Come. Drop. Drop. Oh, so love. Stand for Mum. She just wants to get out of here and do her thing. So let's see what she does once I mount here. She might want to take off this time. Good girl. Relax. And good girl. Good girl. Stand. Good girl. And then because she's good, drop. That's when I say, right, good job. Now with a young horse, very important to reward immediately when they've done the right thing and it's over. Take that up there. And she's happy as Larry now. She says, right, Mum, I've done my job today. We didn't do much, but we did some really good bonding. And she says, take that off, please. I'll say, I will do that for you. Ready, my darling? All finished. What a good job you did. Huh? What a good job you did. Good job. And you're standing nicely still. You're all finished now. You want to have a roll? Don't knock it down. You can say hi, but please don't knock it down. Don't want it to have to buy a new phone. Can't afford one. It's pricey. Oh. So that's pretty much what you do when you haven't done anything for a while. Take it nice and easy. And then you get a really, really nice response from the horse. Oh, it's my knee. Yeah. If it was her knee, I wouldn't be getting on her. No, I had an accident on her 7 months ago, and it damaged my kneecap, and I came off. She got stung by a wasp, and I came off at full gallop, and I stupidly tried to get off by dropping, and I dropped the reins, and I had my feet out of the stirrups, and then she put in a buck because she got stung, and it did my knee in. My hand is also affected as well, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it's just a... If I had a horse with a bad knee, I wouldn't be getting on one. I wouldn't do it because, number one, it's not comfortable for the horse if it's got a bad joint. Number two, it's deadly dangerous for me to get on a horse who's got an issue, especially one that's, you know, big and powerful and got a mind of her own. And if she doesn't want you on her, she will let you know very quickly. But she's a very good horse. In the right hands. You've got to be the right sort of person with this girl. So whenever somebody comes around and they're interested in riding her, there's a couple of things they have to understand. First being, she's a dominant mare. She will take advantage of people if people don't know how to be a leader. And she will, at times, you know, put on some behaviours and carry on, which is why I'm very careful and slow with her. Don't let her get away with things, but I work with her very carefully because she's dominant. The last thing you want to do with a horse like her is to... No, I don't want to scratch your bum while I'm sitting down. I can't reach it anyway. Last thing you want to do with a dominant horse like her is be forceful, because then you're in a fight with her, and you don't want to be in a fight with her. She's as quiet and lovely as she is very much in a position where if she thinks that you're challenging her back with aggression, she will become, you know, very forceful, and she will beat you, and she knows she can. So you've got to work with her by developing and establishing a leadership that is based upon trust, and her going, okay, well, I trust that you're going to do the right thing for me, and her wanting to participate and do what you ask. And my other mare's very dominant too, but she's better behaved as far as not trying... Well, no, she will test the boundaries, but probably the first 2 years I had her, she was testing boundaries like crazy, my other mare. But she's older now, so she's more sensible and settled. She doesn't really test any boundaries. This girl's quiet as a mouse. She's actually probably a lot better than most horses. And actually the lady who currently rides her was comparing with some horses she was riding at a riding school. And I said, well, how do my girls rate? And she said, their behaviour is 100 times better. They listen. You've got control. Well, it's not control. You've got their mind. So you've got them respecting and listening to you. And she's right now trying not to wet herself, but she's wetting herself. Oh, darling, it's because there's no grass to absorb it, darling. That's why. Oh, sweetheart, don't worry. Yeah, it's okay. She says, now can you give me a rub? But yeah, that's, as a matter of fact, I've got a bit of hay out here that she can eat for me while I'm taking the rest of this stuff out. I can hear something moving around. Oh, it's next door's digger. Oh, yep. So I'll just let her come out for a little bit. I don't want her going out here for too long, but I will let her out for a little bit. And there's quite a bit of feed. I'll go and show her. I'll be back in a second. You'll see her go over there. But Ellie, Becky. really want to eat it. I've got grass. Here it is. Here comes the chickens. Good job. Hypnotise. No, you're not Hippie. You're Hippie's baby boy. Sweetie. Elle. You seeing it? There it is. Oh, that's what you're trying to tell me, Mum. She says, oh, no, I like the grass better. She's enjoying the grass. But I'm pleased with her response today because once this knee of mine heals up good enough, I will get back into it. I had to go on Zara and my knee just wasn't, I was trying to rise trot, I couldn't do it. I was trying to sit the trot, everything was just too sore. It's better than it was, but it's still not quite what I'd like it to be. So I'll wait until it feels less painful and then I'll get back stuck into the full-on workouts and get her back into shape and gear, and hopefully very soon we'll have her back out in the arena area doing some more work, get back into doing some barrels and things like that, just light barrels, not a heap of, I don't really want her racing around, but she was getting quite good at the control in the hind end and the turns. She was developed a really muscular backside, and she was very strong in her hind end before we had our accident because we were doing barrels quite a bit. So I only do them at a trot, maybe a very slow canter, but I've no desire for speed whatsoever. I like to go as slow as I possibly can. I prefer to just walk, to be honest. I don't mind a trot and a canter here and there. Her canter's beautiful. But trotting is where you strengthen things. So the work, when you're putting them back into work, the hard work is going to come from doing the trotting. And being a gypsy cross, she's quite heavy set. She's not frail in the legs or anything. She's got good, strong legs. She's a lot thicker in the back end and the back legs than my other mare, and she's quite muscular in the backside, so she's going to make a very good riding horse. Now, I don't generally leave a halter on, but I'm not going to have her out here for too long. I'll be putting her back in. I'm just giving her a bit of a treat for now, which she's thoroughly enjoying. Chickens, don't go in there. No. Hippie Junior, don't go in there. Don't go in the tack room, please. Don't go in. Good boy. He's been silly. But yeah, she's a beautiful girl. It's going to be very exciting. Hang on, let me see if I can read anything. I haven't got my glasses. Sometimes if I hold it far enough away, I can see. You're Native American and your people. What does that say? Something horses. Can't read it properly. Oh, invented. No, your people actually didn't invent horses. Horses, they rode them, but so did many other civilizations dating back thousands of years. There's a bit of a misconception there. I get that you get very proud of your culture and stuff, but they weren't the only ones who had horses. The ancient civilizations had them way back. And so, yeah, horses were invented by nature, really, in the process of evolution. They actually found one the other day. But it's good that you're into your culture, though. Native American culture, there's a lot of different tribes with a lot of different cultures inside those tribes. Not all tribes are anywhere near the same. Languages are all different. It's very much like the Australian Aboriginal peoples. None of them have the same language. and they all have their own little places. And just like the Native Americans, they had wars between tribes continuously, and there was a lot of tribal fighting over land and stuff like that. That was pretty ordinary, which is ordinary for anybody really. But it is worth looking into the history and seeing. And yeah, but don't get your history off Google, because Google's not exactly accurate. It now relies on an AI, which basically if 10,000 people say that you invented a horse, the AI will say that that's what happened, and then people will think that's what's happened. It's really a travesty that that's what's going on. But good on you for looking at your culture. It's very important to keep and maintain one's culture. Mind you, Native Americans are very good horsemen and women. They're very good at what they do, and there's a lot of really, really good riders. A lot of really good riders in all the different cultures. I see a lot of people from places like the Philippines who are excellent riders. There's a fellow I watch over there who trains all of his horses on the beach over there, and oh my goodness, is he a good rider. He's always... Only thing I disagree with is he doesn't wear a helmet. I think you're mad if you don't wear some kind of head protection. Having had enough accidents on horses to know, and I've got horses that are generally pretty well behaved, but you just don't know what's going to happen. Like this lady, she got stung by a big waspy thing. I don't know what it was, like a bee or wasp. It was pretty big, and she took off like a rocket. There was nothing that anybody could have done differently. And I'm a good rider. I've ridden my whole life, and I like to think that I'm pretty darn good at what I do, but I came off and I got hurt. I was wearing a helmet. Thank God I had a helmet on. If I hadn't have had a helmet, I probably wouldn't be talking to you today. I'd probably be dead, because I slammed my head down pretty bad, and slammed the knee and the hand, and yeah, put me out of commission for quite a while. It took me about 6 weeks before I think it was 4 or 5 weeks, and I sat on her. But to actually get on and do anything, it took about 6 weeks. And also, I got very scared doing it, because when you have an accident like that and you're used to your horse is very calm and quiet and always does what you ask and never does anything crazy. It's not a bucker or a bolter or anything like that. To suddenly have something sting her and then her take off like that, it unnerves you, and it makes you remember and realise, and it's good to do so too, that no matter how good you are, nature can outwit you in a second, very quickly. Horses can very quickly change their tune and go from being very calm and very quiet to completely crazy. If you actually have a look on my channel and type in... I think it's under woman comes off horse or woman gets thrown off horse. You can see me have my accident. My camera caught it. I went straight through 2 pieces of wood in this arena area. It was a bit longer back then. I've made it shorter, but I went through 2 pieces of wood and did some pretty bad bruising and damage to my body. I was very lucky though. I didn't break anything. But I also, when I was breaking in a small pony, which was about 12 hands, I broke my back. A big bird just jumped out of nowhere from the middle of the fig tree, come straight out of nowhere from all the branches, scared the crap out of him, and he threw me so high, I don't remember it, but my daughters were watching me, and then I just went slam. I slammed straight on my back, straight into the ground, and then smashed my head up. I had blood everywhere. Then I tried to, when I came to, I tried to figure out where he was, the pony. I was like, Phoenix, come here, boy. I was trying to go over there and get I went over and took the halter off him, because I didn't want him left with the halter on and the lead rope. And actually, I don't even think I had the lead rope. I think I just had a halter on him. I think I got on without the lead rope. That's probably where I went wrong. But yeah, so that was like about 9 years ago I broke my back, roughly. Yep, roughly 9 years ago. So I take it easy these days. I try to be very calm and deliberate about where I'm going and what I'm doing, and try to eliminate as much as possible any kind of potential accidents, set ourselves up for success, not failure. But having said that, I'm very aware that even standing in one little tiny, you can be in the tiniest pen of them all and still die on a horse. So you've got to be careful. They're big creatures. They're very powerful. Even the little ones can hurt you. They don't mean to, but they can. And that's what happens.